All right, so Acheron and Aventurine just came out, like I just said. Should you summon for either of them? We're gonna get into that right now because I know that a lot of people got questions like, should I summon for Acheron? Should I summon for Aventurine? Are they overrated now? It's so Sunday and I forgot her name, but I'm guessing that's the real whatever her name is. I really don't care. Whatever it is, that's the real Ting Yoon or whatever. I think that's the next one that's coming out Sunday, and Ting Yoon, the real one. I can't remember the drip marketing. I just remember Sunday. But should you say for them? Like, let's get into it, right? Now, me personally, I am going to state that I didn't get Rapper. So, you know, I kind of heated, you know, I'm at 70 pulls, didn't get Rapper. So I'm definitely going to just be saving for freaking, not Sunday, the one that comes after him. I know it started with an F, it's like Fugu or something like that. I don't know. I haven't looked at any of the leaks, so I have no idea what the heck Sunday does. I have no idea what she does. But we're not talking about them. We talk about Acheron and Aventurine. So basically, should you summon, right? Now, when it comes to these two characters, I have both of them. I play both of them a lot. As you can see, they are already in a team. This isn't a team that I made up just to put it on the screen. This is a team that I actually use. This is my main team that I actually use, to be honest, because why not? Now, let's talk about Aventurine first, and then we get into Acheron, okay? Now, Aventurine is a preservation unit. He basically, to be honest, I don't have his light cone, but the thing is, you don't really need his light cone. I mean, he's good without it anyway. It doesn't really matter. So what Aventurine basically is Jahard, but way more better. I'm gonna be completely honest. Anybody that says otherwise is insane and out of their mind. But he's Jahard, but basically a lot better. And the way that Aventurine works is he does follow-up attacks. This means he can also be on the follow-up team as well. But basically, he gives you shield. He gives you shield in the match, so that way you don't get hit. And when you have shield covers up your HP bar, so that way when you take damage, it goes to the shield instead of the HP bar. That's how it works, right? I mean, obviously. But anyway, as you can see, Aventurine you can put this light cone on him, a 4-star light cone, doesn't really matter. And he still acts super good when it comes to fighting. And he also puts a debuff on as well. That's why he's good for the Acheron team in general. If you want to run him with Acheron, because Acheron, we get to why she needs debuffs in the first place. And I also forgot to mention that Aventurine also is super good because his effect resistance is top tier. And 90% of the time, this man does not get hit with debuffs. And when he's on the team, he boosts everyone else's effect res, which means they don't get hit with debuffs. It's great. Later, right? Yeah, and then you run the defense set on him because he's his stuff skill off his defense anyway, I believe. And then we also got this, which should you get an extra Eidolon? I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna be completely real with y'all. I don't really think you need to when it comes to Aventurine, because what's the point? But at the end of the day, if you want to spin, you can spin, because extra dupes means spinning and pulling. So I do gotta mention that there. I don't, in my best opinion, I mean, nobody needs an E6 in any game. That's the first thing. That's the first thing we want to state right there. But if you wanted to go for E1, like what, after using the ultimate vassal allies with the for the wager shield, like this about would be the only one that I probably stop at, to be honest. I wouldn't really care about 2, which is what, using a base attack reduces the target's all type red spin by 12%. I mean, if you got strong enough DPSs, you don't really need to worry about him reducing the red spin. It just help you clear faster. That's about it. I just realized that that's at 13. I don't know why that's at 13 and not 15, but whatever. Now, at the end of the day, Aventurine is out. His light cone is out. Now, his light cone, should you actually get it? I mean, to be honest, like I said, from my experience, which I have been playing with Aventurine since he came out on launch, I mean, his light cone probably would just make him better to a point, but at the end of the day, he works good with a 4-star light cone. I don't really see anything like, it's not like he's, oh my gosh, he's unplayable, he's trash without his light cone. I don't think you really need a light cone. Let's say you pick on a light cone versus a new character, I will always get the new character before the light cone. My opinion, me personally, right? But other than that, we got through Aventurine. Now I'm going to talk about the people that, you know, thing that people really want to talk about, which is Acheron, her light cone, and her. Okay, so guys, Acheron, the star of the hour, the what people say best character in the game. Would you still say she's the best character in the game? When I look through all the characters that's in the game right now, I'm gonna be honest, I still think she's the best character in the game. She does a lot of damage, and yes, I will admit mine is E2, and I also have her light code. But the thing is, I mean, mines do a lot of damage. I've seen other people that still do a high amount of damage as well. With E0, it doesn't, like, let's be real, right? She is a good DPS all around. Acheron is a good DPS. Now, should you pull for Acheron? If you don't have a DPS that you can actually, you know, be able to clear stuff with, short answer, yes. Now let's get into the long answer, right? The long answer is that Acheron is the OP DPS in the first place, and then her E ability, like, I don't even know what it's called, but I basically just call it freaking slashes because she just slashes, right? So this ability right here is actually a pretty good ability because, first of all, like, it does damage to the enemy and yada yada yada. That's not the real reason why I call it a good ability, right? Like, okay, it does damage, it does like some extra stuff when she get in. It also gives her a boost on, I'm pretty sure it gives her a boost on her like her unique skill as well. But as you can see, we slice and then they disappear. Literally one of the best things if you do Simulated Universe, because you can run through it in like 3 minutes, 3-4 minutes. You can run through Simulated Universe easily. All you gotta do, slash. Oh, it's a boss, then like you just fight the boss and then slash more, right? That's literally all you have to do when it comes to Acheron, when it comes to this skill. But at the end of the day, she's not based off her skill, because then she also is strong as heck when it comes to everything else. Now, her light cone. Do you need her light cone? Now, her light cone increases the wearer's damage, like crit damage, by 30%, and then the wearer deals an 24% increased damage to the target afflicted with Mirage, Flizzard, with fancy names, right? And then dealt by ultimate additionally increases 24. Now, if you have Acheron and don't have a light cone, I definitely say get her light cone. But let's say you gotta pick between her light cone and her Eidolons. Now, I will say stop at E2 if you're going to go anywhere. Yeah, again, you don't need an E6 Acheron. That's just you. I mean, unless you just want to not have fun with the game anymore, because you got somebody that can literally one-shot anything in the game. But other than that, now her E1 would, like, as you see, when dealing damage to debuff enemies, which enemies will always be debuffed if you use her right, or you use her on the right team, because her team wants debuffs, because her ult is not based on energy. Her ult is based on how many debuffs is being sent out, right? Each time somebody, it doesn't even matter if it's you or the enemy, each time somebody sends out a debuff, her ult gains 1 stack. I think you need 8 stacks for it to activate, and then you can go slicey dicey. You can save up 3 extra stacks if you go to 12 stacks of debuffs, and then you can slicey dicey, and then you start off with 3 stacks again when the ult goes away, right? But as you see, when dealing damage to debuffed enemies, increases the crit rate by 18%. So she gets extra crit rate. It makes her easier to build. E1 just makes her easier to build. Now E2, the number of Nihili characters required for the trace the bits to achieve is highly blah, 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 blah. Basically, she need a couple of like Nihili units to be able to do like a certain thing. Like, I forgot exactly what it was, but basically she need a couple of them in order to do things. I think you need like 2. But if you get E2, you only need 1, which makes team building way more better as well, because it's way easier to build a team with it. And like that's all E2 does. So if anything, when it comes to her light cone or her Eidolons, right? In my opinion, I would say if you can, go for E2, because then it just makes her easier to build overall. It makes her way easier to build. But let's say that you can't, right? Let's say you only can get E1. I wouldn't really say E1 is really that important. Like, you can, that's where you can find that 18% crit rate anywhere. Like, you can go use, I'm pretty sure Fuson ups crit rate, I believe. I know it's somebody that ups crit rate. I'm pretty sure she is the one that ups crit rate. Yeah, see right there. And Fuson max XP and increases her crit rate by 10%. Like, that's 10 right there already. Like, you could just add her onto the team. So to be honest, I wouldn't say the crit rate is that important. You can find 18% crit rate somewhere in the world, right? Like, look at me. Like, it just made it easier for her to build. For me, she not even really like build super good. Like, this is not a 1-2 ratio. You don't really need a 1-2 ratio. But as you can see, she do got like 4,000 attack, so that's a thing. But anyway, other than all that, I would say for Acheron, should you summon for her? Now, should you summon for her, or should you wait for like Sunday and them to come out? We don't know how Sunday and them works. I don't look at leaks, so I don't even know how they work, because that stuff can change right now, because they still is like, well, they come out in like a month or two, however long this banner lasts is about how long it's gonna take for them to come out, so they could change, tweak some things, make it a little bit different. But at the end of the day, when it comes to Aventurine, and also when it comes to Acheron, should you summon? My opinion is, I'm gonna be honest, if you're not limited on gems, yes, you should summon. If you are limited on gems, I would say hold off a little bit more near the end until we get more concrete evidence. Even if you do gotta look at leaks, you gotta look at leaks, but concrete evidence on Sunday and how he works, because he's gonna be the next character, so that'd be the one that you're probably gonna try to pull for and see if he's actually gonna be good or not in the game. Versus, you know, Acheron, I'm pretty sure he's probably gonna be a preservation unit now. I'm not entirely sure what he's gonna be. I would guess preservation, but I'm not 100% positive, right? Even preservation, no, he's gonna be harmony. Actually, now that I think about it, he's gonna be harmony, but I don't know what type of harmony he's gonna be, right? Because like he belongs to the harmony people. But anyway, other than that, I say at the end of the day, Acheron is OP. Like Aventurine is the best shielder in the game, not even one of, literally the best shielder in the game. And in my opinion, I think that both of them are super good units. This is definitely a bait banner. I'm gonna be honest with y'all right now. This banner is straight bait, because they released 2 good units in one banner, like for a rerun. That's kind of weird. So we may get something that's either stronger or helps out one of them in the next patch. But other than that, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Don't forget to share the video, all that other jazz. I see y'all in the next video. Peace out. And also at the end of this, if anybody is listening, I'm gonna be completely real. Out of the two, choose Acheron.